These are the resources I have. Go talk to all these people. And even if at first there might be the person that might not refer you or use you, they know somebody else that will in the future.
Welcome to another episode of Connections That Matter, where we have amazing conversations with Northern Colorado's best networkers and find out about all those special connections that they've made that have made them successful. So if you've been around the networking scene, my guess is you've met my next guest, Ninoska Mallory from Cleanspot. Ninoska, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Awesome. So I recently had a tenant move out, and they attempted to clean it, but there's one thing between being clean like I would try to do it, and then Cleanspot clean. So if
Correct.
somebody hasn't necessarily experienced your level of service, share a little bit about what you do.
So with Cleanspot, we do thorough cleaning, which is top to bottom cleaning, which you experience a couple times, where every nick and cranny is getting thoroughly cleaned. And usually that might take between 10 to 15 hours, or more, depending on what the home is or what the people want. So it's like you get into the door and it's like, oh my God, I didn't know my house would look like this.
Do you get that a lot? The people are like,
oh, yes.
no, why didn't I hire you sooner? But you got a big team, you got a big service area. So
Yes.
Share a little bit more about your scope of work.
Yes. So we are commercial residential cleaning. So we started as a commercial cleaner in Denver, and we are still commercial. And then because of family reasons, we moved up to Fort Collins. And that's when I started to do kind of like juggling both the residential and the commercial.
Awesome. We recently had Mike Kane on the show. He's a junk removal, right? So he does full on like dumpster and haul away. But you're the one who's removing all the dirt and grime from all the different nooks and crannies. So I know for me, when I get a house back from my tenants, the little vents above the bathrooms or the baseboards, but what are the most commonly overlooked dirty things in a home or a business?
I would say for a home, it's underneath the microwave, the bottom part that goes in between, that gets a lot of grime. And then I would say in a commercial space is those vents. Because when most commercial cleaning companies are bidding those jobs, they're not looking at, you still have to do thorough cleaning top to bottom. And you have no idea. I go through those vents and like touch them and I'm like, whoa, this hasn't been cleaned since you moved. Got it. So that's always fun to find those little things. And they're always like, oh, I didn't know that was even there. I'm like, it is, and you're breathing it. So.
And for commercial work, you're coming in outside of business hours. Is it middle of the night kind of stuff, or is it
sometimes it does, depending on what type of service they have. So right now we have accounts that are 9 p.m. till midnight. And then some of the accounts starts early at 6 a.m. They have to be done by 9 a.m. because then businesses are opening.
Yeah. But they get that fresh, clean right as they open. There you go. And that's more of an ongoing relationship that you're building with your clients.
Correct.
You're going into people's like maybe office space or their desk space, and they don't want somebody that they don't trust. They don't know their name in that space. So how do you build your relationships with your clients?
The way I build a relationship with my clients, it's pretty standard, I would say. So I go in, I do the walkthrough, and then I leave them a sheet. And this sheet, I would call it like a one sheet, where it explains like what we're gonna do, the process of everything works, and then the products we're gonna be using. Since we use only certified 100% eco-friendly cleaning products, that gives them the peace of mind. I was like, okay, like you can call me at any time. You have my number. You have my email. I've had people that at the beginning, they're like, oh, I'm shy to call you after hours. I'm like, don't worry about it. I have my phone on me 24/7. So that actually like builds the connection of like, they know me, they're starting to like me, and they trust me to know that the people I'm putting in their businesses or homes are background checked and that they're gonna do their job the right way.
Are a lot of the jobs the same like process? And not the same like the buildings and the type of cleaning you do, but the expectations of the client, the dialing it into exactly the client's needs.
Yes.
And what is that like? How do you adapt your service to everybody's specific needs?
Well, it's generalized in some ways where they want the end result, which is their home or their business cleaned. But some people are really specific with certain things. That's where communicating consistently, works, and then doing pop-ups shows up of like, hey, how things are going. So that way they can build a relationship of like, hey, you actually do what you say that you're gonna do. Because a lot of people, they like, I say I'm gonna do this, but then they actually don't. And that's where business goes down. And then I have everything written down. I'm like, okay, they would like this specific. And then, for example, if a cleaner is sick and then another one has to fill in, they already have all the information to do it exactly the way the other cleaner does it.
Awesome. Well, let's talk about networking, because I see you networking in quite a few different environments.
Yes.
And what I love is when you see those Facebook businesses, they're like, who needs a good cleaner? You're getting recommended by like people in north, south, east, and west. They're recommending you. But I don't see a lot of cleaners networking at the level that you do. So talk to me about your approach to networking. What makes you so successful at it, and what results have you seen from your networking efforts?
Well, funny thing, I used to be very shy. Yes, to the point that I would like be in a corner and wait for people to approach me. But then after, networking in Colorado Springs and Cheyenne and Denver mostly, that's where I'm like, okay, if I want results, I have to go and just say, hi, I'm Ninoska with Cleanspot. What do you do? And then always ask about themselves, because people love to talk about themselves. So that's a good start.
I think that's really a great approach, because there's a lot of people nervous. They're like, I don't know what to expect, or I feel awkward trying to just like join conversations with people I don't know. But you just ask them about them and let them talk about themselves.
Oh, yes.
You meet some interesting people. Like, how would you love, I guess, let me say, how would you love when you're reaching out and you're asking about themselves? What are the people that grab your attention that really build the relationships the right way?
They're the people that are bubbly, that have the energy, that are not like stiff. Kind of like when you're trying to talk to somebody and they're like, give you like cutty answers. That's where like, oh, that's great to meet you, and just move on. It's just having that, not only giving, but receiving that energy that you want to talk to that person.
Sure. Well, and I've seen you take the networking to the next level. Like, a lot of people network and they meet people, but you seem to be really building partnerships with other businesses where you're being able to authentically recommend them. You're building it into your intake process. But if you would, shout out some of your partners. And I'm super curious how you got those kind of relationships set up.
So one of my good partners, it's a lot of home organizing businesses. Tilly from Desperado Realty.
Yeah, former podcast guest. There we go.
Podcast, she's great. And I have a lot of other service-based businesses in Denver that give me, even in Colorado Springs, actually, other cleaning companies in Colorado Springs that actually reach out to me and say like, hey, I have work in Denver. You want to take it? So it's a lot of connecting with other cleaning companies in the entire state of Colorado that I've been doing. That, some people think like, why would you do that? But actually it's like, it's a connection of like, you know them and they know somebody that you might need later, Yeah,
that's smart. I mean, and I didn't even think about it in a cleaning sense, but we had Matt Kays, he's a DJ, and he's like, sometimes my best referral partners are other DJs. Like, they're booked on a date, and they're sending me these referrals. But yeah, I mean, either your schedule's full, or I gotta, I'm sure the first of the month is always a busy time, or you're out of location. Maybe it doesn't make sense to travel all over there. So, it's a family business, right? Like, you've been doing it a long time. So
yes, 4 years in Colorado and almost 17 years in California.
Has it changed much over the?
No, it's still the same.
Still the same.
Still the same thing.
What's the secret, I guess, to keeping the place tidy and clean, and then Is it just hiring you, or if you give a homeowner
I
or
mean,
a business
that
owner?
will be a plus, but
Yeah.
I would say to have organization, to have your days and months and weeks planned out. Because then if you're like organized, you have a clearer mind of what to do with certain things. So I would say start with organizing yourself first, like your day, what you're going to eat. And then so you have everything else in place to be able to either hire a professional or do it yourself.
I'm always just amazed too how your space like affects you. Like,
Yes.
you know, if my kitchen's a mess, or you know, it's like it's just, you know, it's a little more stressful. It's like
Correct.
hard to relax there in your personal home. Same with my office space. But if you're cultivating a business environment and it's clean and pristine, you're projecting that image to your clients as well.
Correct.
Yeah. So do you really see like your service as something as like helping people with their brand or with their image, or is it maybe not that deep?
Oh, it is deep.
Okay, talk to me about that. Yeah.
It is deep because you know how I've been reading a lot of good books. And one of the books I've been reading, it says like, hey, people treat you the way they see you. And that it's totally, relatable with you having clients and you're discussing like big investments. They're going to see the way you look, but not only that, it's just, they're going to see where you are. If everything is organized, everything is put together, they're going to think like, hey, I have the confidence to invest in this person because he has everything organized. He knows what he's talking about.
That's so good. Your residential customers, how many of them are an ongoing relationship, like you come in every so often, versus, hey, I'm moving out, I just need to move out clean, I would need somebody, and you get a referral?
I get a lot from residential, like recurring, like once a week, once every 2 weeks, and once a month. Where, hey, we just had one from this lady in Longmont that her neighbor broke her knee, and we were like there next week, and we have been cleaning ever since. So it has been like 7 months now.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that I see of you too, Ninoska, is you get a lot of referrals, but you are one of the biggest givers in the community. Like you're constantly generating referrals, and for somebody who says that they're shy, you're very effective at getting people resources.
Yes.
Where did that come from? Any tips from another networker about how you're able to generate so much business for the people in your network?
Well, I would say that the first thing is to put yourself out there. So that way you have, the opportunity to meet other people. And then I would say the second thing would be to just create those connections. So when you're in one-on-ones, multiple one-on-ones, because for me specifically, if I want to refer somebody, I have to meet them 2 or 3 times and I got to make sure they're doing good. It's not only seeing their 5-star reviews, but how they treat their employees and their clients. So it's vital for me. And then that way I will be like, hey, these are the resources I have. Go talk to all these people. And even if at first there might be the person that might not refer you or use you, they know somebody else that will in the future.
Yeah. No,
so it's always never burn the bridges.
Yeah, I think that's really smart. And as word gets out, like you're one of the biggest producers or givers of a group or a team, do you think that's made it easier for people wanting to connect with you or coming around?
I would say yes or no, because I have what's called like a people pleaser type where I feel bad asking for things, but I'm 100% like I'm overjoyed always people asking me for like help, resource, or whatever. I'm like there. So it will be like 50-50, I would say.
So are you still shy when you're out networking, or do you feel like you've grown in that area?
I think I've grown in that area to be much better, for sure.
Yeah, and I think that's an important thing. Is like networking is a learned skill. If somebody's watching this podcast because they're wanting to get into networking, that just like anything, you're not going to be as good on your first time as you are your 10th time.
Yes.
Is there anything that you wish you would have learned earlier that you know now as far as being a successful networker?
Yes, it's to have courage in yourself to put yourself out there.
I love that.
Because if you're always in the corner, people are not gonna come to you. You gotta go to them.
Yeah. Go have the
So,
conversation.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Well, Ninoska, is there anybody that you're looking to network or any kind of, maybe somebody wants to get on your list, right? And be in your network or have a good cleaner that they're able to refer out to? Any specific industries that you're interviewing for or interviewing with?
Yes. So I always like people that are in the service base, like window cleaning, vent cleanings, realtors, commercial realtors, property managers. Those are always going to be people that I'm going to need in a consistent basis.
Very cool. And so if somebody is like looking at their office, they're looking at their house, they're like, I wonder what it would look if it was really Cleanspot clean. And they want to reach out to you or get on your schedule. What's for the best way for them to book or to meet you?
Alrighty, so they can call the office. The number is 970-535-8885, or they can talk to me at 970-672-6878.
Awesome. Well, Ninoska, thanks so much for coming on the show. Thanks for all the work that you've done for my house and my rental properties. And hope everybody comes and checks us out at the next networking event.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hey, all, thanks for watching. I love networking and building relationships with other Northern Colorado business leaders. So if you want to come meet some of these podcast guests, meet me, or meet some other amazing entrepreneurs in Northern Colorado, I would love to have you attend one of our next events. Go in the podcast description. There's a ways that you can see our upcoming schedule, and maybe you could be a future podcast guest as well. Thanks.